India and Iran have signed 9 agreements focusing primarily on the Chabahar Port. The Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, who is on a 3-day visit to India, has said that the port will open the transit route for India to Iran, Afghanistan, Central Asian nations, as well as Europe. Now, in a joint statement, Hassan Rouhani and the Indian Prime Minister has emphasized on the importance of the Indo-Iranian ties, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauding the Iranian President's vision for giving access for trade with landlocked Afghanistan. The two countries signed 9 agreements on maritime agreement on Chabahar Port, double taxation avoidance agreements, memorandum of understanding on the exemption of visa requirements for diplomatic passport holders, ratification of the extradition treaty, cooperation on medicine, a memorandum of understanding on trade, agriculture and health. Meanwhile, Iran has also expressed willingness to share its vast oil and natural gas resources with India and has offered to simplify the visa norms to strengthen the relations between the two countries.
The relations between two countries, we believe, are far beyond our trade and economic and diplomatic relations. Our relations are far beyond this. Our relations are historical relations. Our relations are our cultural relations. Our relations are civilization relations.
Excellencies, this concludes the exchange of agreement ceremony. I now request the spokesperson of the External Affairs.
Moreover, in a diplomatic victory for India, Iran has lent its voice against terror and countries that support terror. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Hassan Rouhani have reiterated their commitment to combat terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. The two leaders said that the fight against terrorism should not only seek to disrupt and eliminate terrorists, terror organizations and networks, but focus should also be to identify and address the conditions that are conducive to terrorism. The two leaders urged for an immediate end to all support to sanctuaries that are enjoyed by terror groups and individuals. Now, Pakistan's name did not come up, but it was more than evident as to what India had in mind while it was drafting this joint statement. Now, the two leaders have said that states that aid, abet and directly or indirectly support terrorism should be condemned. Now, a call was also made to the international community to end the selective or partial approaches to combating terrorism and on the need to reach an agreement on a comprehensive convention on international terrorism at the United Nations General Assembly. Let's also now cut live to Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, who is speaking at an event in New Delhi.
Persian Gulf cooperation love. Even before the Arabian War, we were the first country to condemn the invasion of Saddam. In the morning, Iraq invaded Kuwait, and in the afternoon at 3 p.m. we issued a formal statement in condemnation of Iraq. I don't want to talk about this issue and talk about the history of this issue. I want to come to this point that many issues and incidents in the world emanate from that people that we renege on our promises. We are not fulfilling our commitment. Another example, I hope not to witness that our region does not witness that is the JCPOA or nuclear deal. Seven countries signed an agreement, and we had commitments. And more important than signatures of 7 countries was the resolution of United Nations Security Council through a resolution. The U.S. in the issue of JSU, they are not dealing only with Iran. They are dealing with their commitment and promises and violation of their own commitments in the history. If it be recorded in history, in the nuclear, the U.S. are not just dealing with us. They are dealing with the Security Council of the United Nations, that has verified this deal. The U.S. is not just dealing with us, they are dealing with the public opinions of the world. We as Iran, we as a country that has always adhered to its contract deals and conventions in the court, so long as that other parties do not violate the country, we won't violate that. We will stay on board. This is Iranian culture. This is the instruction of our religion. This is the order of God and the Prophet and His Prophet to us. If we sign any contract, if we sign any pact, we will adhere to that with our lives to the last days. If we want to violate, we wouldn't have signed it from the first. If we don't want to have a commitment, we would haggle at the first. After signing, there is no place for haggling or for backpedaling. This is like a deal that has been finished. It's a closed deal, and now the person they just remember they must haggle now. Haggling has its own specific time. After signing an agreement, haggling is ridiculous. Now, a person who is in fact is a businessman and always been haggling in his whole business life, they think in the world of politics, in the business world, they think they are similar, and they think they can haggle whenever they want. He thinks that he can haggle whenever he wants. If the U.S. violates this agreement, I don't want to give slogans and just talks. I say here for the records, you will see that American will regret its decision. Don't even hesitate, don't have any doubts. Not only the U.S. administration, but also the U.S.
All right, so that is what Hassan Rouhani, the president of Iran, had to say. He's addressing, of course, a gathering at New Delhi. He's speaking on several important key aspects as to how the trade deals have to be taken forward, considering the fact that the 2015 Iranian nuclear deal is presently under pressure, and the United States is planning to perhaps bring back the sanctions if Donald Trump were to decide to pull out of that deal. And this is a 3-day official state visit of Hassan Rouhani, which is coming to an end today.